Welcome back to Up Wednesday. Here is everything I have been knitting this week. So I did manage to finish two projects this week. First is the classic sweater by Espace Tricot that I am wearing. And second, I had cast on these vanilla socks over the holidays and I kind of just forgot about them. So I finally finished them off. They were knit cuff down with a 2x1 ripped cuff. I like to minimize the amount of purling I need to do, a heel flap and gusset, and I don't know the name of the toe. It's just a basic toe from the Summerly I'm So Basic Socks pattern. And I knit these concurrently on two short circular needles, and this is honestly the only way I will be knitting socks going forward, because otherwise I don't even get around to knitting the second sock. I will finish sock one, and then the next time I cast on a sock, it's a new pattern. And I don't really like the way of knitting two socks at a time on like a long circular needle, so this is my cheater's way to knit two socks at a time, but still use short circular needles. Then I also put in the neckline on my Hannah sweater O-neck. It is a 2x2 rib, and then I did a simple stretchy bind off from a Very Pink Knits tutorial. It is super stretchy, which is great because I have a big head. However, it does flare out a little, so I do think I am going to put in a crochet reinforcement on the inside just because I don't want it to stretch out or flare further over time with more and more wear. Hopefully putting that in before I wear it prevents it from stretching out in the long run. And then lastly, I finally cast on my Olympic sweater while watching the closing ceremonies. It doesn't look like much because I have been modifying the pattern to be knit top down, so I was kind of like casting on, ripping out, casting on, and I don't mind knitting colorwork flat. However, I have been unable to find any resources talking about color dominance when you are knitting colorwork flat. All the resources I found are only pertaining to the knit side and when you are knitting in the round. So when you are knitting colorwork, not flat, when you are knitting in the round and you are concerned about color dominance, you hold your dominant color on the left hand and then your background color goes to the right. And I think from my own observations and swatching that when you are on the purl side, you flip that. Your dominant color goes on your right hand side and your background color goes on your left hand side. And that's just what I think, what I'm guessing, but I'm really bad at reading the wrong side of my knitting because they say to look at your float. I just cannot read the back side of my knitting when it comes to figuring out color dominance. So if you know any better, or if you know of any resources that explain color dominance in colorwork knit flat, please do share, because I'm a little bit lost and I'll be sad if I knit the whole cardigan and then realize that my color dominance is completely off.